It is 8:37 p.m. Central African Time, obviously Standard African Time, coming to you live from the Sana Media Studio. So we're moving on to the second segment of tonight's show on Call to Guidance as we speak to Sheikh Junaid Mhetu, who is from the Benoni Islamic Information Center. And I had the privilege of visiting the center in December, alhamdulillah, before they closed, just to see the center and see how is the day-to-day the operations of the center, and I was really impressed and really inspired. I won't divulge much, and I will leave that to Sheikh Junaid to take us through the whole system. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Jazakallah khair for your time, and welcome to the show, Sheikh Junaid.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله مولانا جزاك الله خيرا for having me.
No, Alhamdulillah, you are not a stranger on the show. Been on the show a couple of times before, but this time specifically, I wanted us to touch base in terms of the Benoni Islamic Center, Islamic Information Center, rather, Hafwan, in terms of last year's operations. If you can just take us through the highlights of your last year's operations, and how do you think that you guys actually did as compared to the previous years, inshallah?
Alhamdulillah, مولانا, last year, especially during I'll start with the end of the year, we had regular rivers who would come for classes, which is something which is really rare because you find that sometimes when people they become rivets, they are there for like maybe a few weeks or the first few months, but then after that they fall off. But Alhamdulillah, we had like plus 10 rivets who were coming daily from the morning till Asr, which is really amazing, right? And in other our activities, we managed to liaise with Madrasa Miftah al-Khair, with the Alim students, and take them to the ground on various projects, and with different shuyukh like Sheikh Naji Ibrahim. So it was marvelous. And in another place in Kotema, we actually opened the Musalla, because we started giving dawah there, I think, since last year. But because of the growth in the number of rivers, which as of today is between 50 and 60, we built a Musalla there. And the last 2 months, we started performing Juma there. So these are, some of the achievements for last year. And inshallah, we hope that this year we reach higher ground, inshallah.
No, most definitely. I think that's one of the things of dealing with community development and any welfare is that you're always looking at reaching higher grounds as compared to the previous year and session. And I believe that the only way is up, so we can only do better, inshallah. And Alhamdulillah, you did mention in terms of the rivers that come through every single day. So, what are the programs rather that they normally do on a day-to-day basis, and how do you see that, inshallah, improving or growing in the forthcoming years?
Okay, with the rivets, especially in the first 3 months, we just focus on teaching them the basics of Islam. And then after that, we have projects that we have, like crafting small things that they can sell. We want to introduce a project where we get donations from the Ummah, and then after that, we pack those donations into packs, and then we can give them, we sell them at the minimum price, then they can resell, and then they can sustain themselves. So the first 2 3 months is only education, because we want to remove this idea that some people they come to Islam and they think that they're gonna be rich or they're gonna have money and things like that. Yes, inshallah, but we don't want that mindset. So we are planning this year to have projects where the rivers can sustain themselves, and hopefully it will grow. Remember last year when we visited the Wonder Flooring, there by Forsberg. We were given, mats, small, not those doormats, for a very minimal price. And we just thought that, okay, we have got this idea of sustaining the rivers, and then there's someone who's just giving us this mats at a very minimal price. So we can actually use this mats to give them to the rivers, they resell, and whatever profits they make, they use it to sustain themselves, and then they give us the cost price. So hopefully, inshallah, we will liaise with other organizations, other people with ideas, so that all that we have in plan will come to fruition.
No, and that's interesting because before the show, I was speaking to Sheikh Abdul Razak. He has a Islamic center in Tembisa, and he mentioned the same concept in terms of helping the reverts to be independent. And he was, because he himself is a businessman, and he was speaking about how he came to South Africa, started a small business, and Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant risk in that. And also, we need to try
Amen.
and push our revered brothers and sisters also to have the same concept of being independent. Well, there are some people who feel that they are safer working in a certain establishment, which is okay. Then there's those who feel that, hey man, working for someone is too tedious for me. Let me be independent and work for myself.
Mm,
So I think on that, inshallah, we need to also look at skills development, which is one of the things that we see that is a big need. Subhanallah, today I was just getting a car fixed, and the guys who are there are mechanics. All of them are from Mozambique. And in my mind, I was so
mm,
inspired. I'm like, hey man, these guys come all the way from Mozambique, especially what's happening there now. And they're here to look
yes,
for risk, and they all go to the trade, and they're very good at it also. And
yes,
so
yes,
can't we have programs for our own local South African reverts whereby they can learn skills and they become, independent, etc. So, inshallah, I think we can dive deeper into this point after the break because this is a long talk and also to lead us into, inshallah. The next question was regarding now what is in place or what do you have in place for 2025, inshallah, as the BIIC, inshallah. So let's take a break and we'll be back, inshallah.
inshallah.
Embark on your spiritual journey to Umrah with Mr. Fly Travels. Are you ready to fulfill a lifelong dream and experience the spiritual journey of Umrah? At Mr. Fly Travels, we are dedicated to providing seamless, spiritually enriching trips to the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. Let us handle every detail so you can focus on your connection with Allah. Our Umrah packages include visa processing, luxurious accommodation, private transfers, guided ziarah tours, and culinary delights. Take the first step on your journey to spiritual rejuvenation. Reserve your Umrah package today. Limited spots available. Our flexibility with dates to accommodate our clients makes us unique. Call Zuberi on 074 044 4300.
Our brothers and sisters in Palestine are enduring unimaginable hardships. Ashraful Aid teams are on the ground delivering crucial aid to those in need. But we can't do it alone. Palestine is suffering and they need your help. Your support can make a world of difference. Visit www.ashrafulaid.org today and donate to bring hope, relief, and healing to those who are in need.
Hey Gulam,
Yeah?
did I return your lawnmower last month?
No.
Now what'll I do? I wanted to borrow it again, man.
With Rendry Jewelers, you won't have to borrow or lend because the prices are so well trimmed on all gold and diamond jewelry. Alternatively, we could remake your old jewelry into a brilliant. Visit Randry Jewelers at 151 Stevens Lamini Road, Musgrave, Durban. Randry Jewelers, the family name you can trust.
They say
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic, Sharia, and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media.
So today, looking at statistics, we see that South Africa stands at number one of the highest unemployment rate in the youth, with standing at 60.7% of unemployed youth. So those are people between the ages of 15 to 34 who are unemployed. So before the break, we're just speaking with Sheikh Junaid in terms of having some skills development to empower our Muslim reverts, but not only them alone. Even if you've been a Muslim your whole life and you feel that you need to be part of some skills development so that you can upskill yourself and have a better chance of finding employment, or even better, starting something of your own which can be beneficial to yourself and other people. So, Sheikh Junaid, it has been a topic that sometimes we shy to speak about it because we feel that it's overwhelming. But at the same time, it's a more than needed thing that has to be put in place. Now, with the BIIC working closely with reverts and many other organizations and Muslim also people, is there any possibility that there is a program that's in place, or inshallah in the future that will be in place, that is going to help cater for these needs?
Moulana, you see, many of the people, they believe in employment, right? And as you were just saying right now, right, the percentages of unemployment just surging up high. And you find that there are people out there who are self-employed. They are doing something on the side, be it on social media, and they are really, really like, getting income. People I know one of our rivets, he says in a day, like he gets like 150 rand, right? Which is something, right? And someone like that, what that person needs is that you teach him uh, more about finance, financial management, how to invest and grow as a self-employed person, because sometimes we tend to think small when the world is big out there.
Mm,
So as we talked, when you visit our center, we're talking about the skills development program. That is something that is a need, not only for rivers, like for everyone. And Imam Abu Hanifa always said, like the alim should also be a businessman because it will increase his tawakkul in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And
mm,
also in our times, it gives you a bit of freedom.
mm,
You are not really a slave of a person or entity or organization, but you're a slave of Allah because, you can earn your means by self-employment, by side hustling. So we want to empower the people and want them to realize that, what, you can sustain yourself. The power is in your hand.
100%, 100%. I think there's no other way of putting it, because especially in a time whereby we've seen a lot of unfortunately exploitation that has been taking place. So it's better that a person has some skills whereby they can,
Mm.
the famous saying, people love this saying, right, that jack of all trades, master of none. But at some points, they say to be a master of one is actually better than being a jack of all trades. Because if you have one
Yes,
thing that you have in particular as a skill and you are very proficient in it, it's better than just
yes,
being here and there, not being sure of what you're doing. So at least try to have something which can assist you in making a means. Because one of the things that we've realized, especially dealing in a township, I myself and other people who know very much of working in the township, is that the people, when they become Muslim, they become very stagnant. It's like everything
yes,
just slows down, expecting the masjid, the
yeah,
imam, the organizations must do everything for them. But I mean, you find a youngster, like you just mentioned about the one who was making about 150 rand a day. Now, 150 rand a day, that is something. It's better than just sitting at home and doing nothing. So in a
very
week,
true.
how much actually is that person making? You understand? So I think that's another
Hmm.
thing. I always mention to people that we need to start with the mindset, because the issue is not
Yes,
that the person is lazy or whatever. The issue is the mindset. People don't
yes,
understand how the township works. I always tell people that the township is not a place to live and die. The township was actually made as a concentration camp, and
very
you
true.
realize it more when you see how people in the township are very stagnant. They don't think beyond boundaries of trying to escape what they're facing at the moment, because it's built to do that. It's built to incapacitate people and have you be comfortable with the bare minimum. So I'm not saying
That's true.
everyone has to become a millionaire, but we are saying that people, we have to have some change. We have to have a sense of progress, inshallah. So now, Sheikh Junaid,
Inshallah.
if possible, can you take us through now, what do you have in store for 2025 as the BIIC, inshallah? And what can we also look up in terms of some projects and some guests? Like last year we had Sheikh Naji Ibrahim. Do you have any international guests which are going to be coming through this year, inshallah?
Okay, with regards to that, next week, on Friday, inshallah, we will be holding a mosque tour where we invite non-Muslims to come to the mosque, and that is one of the biggest projects that we have, right? Especially from the townships. So this will be targeted towards church groups, people in the townships, especially like parents of madrasa kids, because we find that madrasa kids are Muslims, but then when they go back, it's a non-Muslim environment,
Mm,
and no one is really, like gone out to say, what, come and experience Islam. So this year we want to open that to parents of madrasas, and we also want to invite schools. Because catch them young. You find that at the Dawah Center we have a lot of visitors who
mm,
are like secondary students, and when they tell you about Islam, what they learn about Islam, you are shocked, because it's just different to what Islam really is. So we want to open that avenue to schools to visit the mosque, right? And we also want to liaise with other dawah centers, because we there are a lot of people that are doing dawah out there, right?
mm,
But then the unity is not, it's there, but it's not like as concrete as it should be. So
mm,
this year we want to liaise with other dawah centers. We want to have refit programs. We want to really to be out there, to be visible, to unite with a lot of people, right? So that our dawah, it should be bigger, we don't want to have like just small groups here and there doing something, but what if we can just join hands and be stronger together? So those are some of the projects that we are planning for this year. And also with regards to the rivers, as I mentioned, we want to have projects that teach them sustainability, and we also want to liaise with bigger companies
mm,
if they can create employment opportunities for our rivers, because some people, they are good at selling or at being at entrepreneurship, But there are some people, as you said in the beginning, that are comfortable with, a 9 to 5 and things like that. So we really want to kill two birds with a stone, and hopefully, inshallah, it will come to fruition.
No, 100%, inshallah. And we're really, I love these type of approaches because we need to move beyond. A few days ago there was a discussion regarding the hampers. These grocery hampers for Ramadan.
Yeah,
So the discussion was that are they really benefiting the people? Because at the end of the day, the question always lies in what are we using our financial structures for, especially zakah. So there's a book by Moulana Ibrahim Mukhabudi regarding this that can zakah be used as a means of empowerment and community development,
mm,
which is yes, because if you look at the history of Islam, you'd find that especially in Islamic Spain, it is recorded. This is now in the second Umayyad dynasty of Islam, which was now in Spain. That there's a time where people would go long distances looking for someone to give zakah, but they couldn't because now people were now,
very
Alhamdulillah.
true.
So
That's
who
very
says
true.
that we can't do that? And subhanallah, one other stats, I love stats, was that South
Mm,
African Muslim community are actually one of the richest community in South Africa. So what does that mean? That means
subhanallah.
that if we were to collect everyone together, and obviously in terms of the zakah which is discharged, we are able to eradicate poverty in the Muslim community, and also it can even spew out into the whole community or with the non-Muslims as well. Because if you empower one Muslim person, for example, he starts a business, then he hires about 10 to 15 people, among them are non-Muslims as well. Now we're having a global change in economics, and
Mm,
I'm for economic change and for us to progress. And inshallah, I believe that this year we are going to have a lot of um, projects, programs, developmental programs also, and not forgetting the Muslims or those who are born Muslims, because sometimes one person was complaining the other day, said, "Hey, you guys always talk about reverts. What about those who are already Muslim, for a long time?" Like, hey man, look, at
yeah,
the end of the day, we all reverted to Islam somewhere, one way or another. So we are all
yes,
connected. We are all
yeah,
together. So one last point, inshallah, is regarding the point you spoke about the unity part. Actually,
yeah.
with the Joburg Dawah Center, we've been trying to connect everyone. There is a database with the Joburg Dawah Center. For those who know where it is by Brother Imran Khan in Homestead Park. So we're trying to connect every Dawah group, individuals, organizations, whereby when people will need information from a certain area or certain person maybe embraced Islam in town and he
Yes,
stays in Wattville, for example, then we can connect him to the BIIC and also have a connection for we're planning to have like monthly visits to township centers and other centers also that deal with dawah so that we can have that bond, inshallah. So there's a lot in store, and inshallah we will be using this platform to unravel that, inshallah. That's one thing I wanted to do
inshallah.
different this year, is that to go out and visit these centers, showcase them properly with the people, interview them, and see how we can do a better job. Sheikh Junaid,
Mm,
Jazakumullah khairah for your time, and it's always a pleasure speaking to you and with your beautiful insight and how we can bring change into this beautiful field of da'wah. We always make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses everyone that works in da'wah
Ameen,
abundantly for
ameen,
their beautiful sacrifice, and most importantly for people like yourself, always in the forefront dealing with these issues on a daily basis. May Allah make it easy for you, and may we see
ameen,
more
ameen.
progress, inshallah.
Jazakallah khairan, Moulana, and hopefully this year will do much better. Hopefully this year we outdo ourselves, because that is one thing we should aim as Muslims to say, okay, yesterday I was at point 0.5, how can I go to point 0.6? And as you have
Mm,
said, the resources are there. The resources are there. We need people who, when a task comes, when a project comes, they don't say, okay, you know what, let me think 3 minutes, let me think 2 seconds. They just say, you know
mm,
what, let's go, inshallah. So
inshallah.
Allah bless our work and your work, inshallah.
Ameen. ثم آمين. جزاك الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Now, Alhamdulillah, that keeps the comes brings us to the end of the kickoff show of 2025. Again, there's a lot to be exposed in terms of the dawah field and community development. And Call to Guidance is here for that. So if you have a dawah community or organization that wants to be showcased, you can contact here on Salam Media through our email or through our cell phone contact also, inshallah ta'ala. So if you just go on Google, you will see our contacts are there ready for you, inshallah. And for more information, you can contact myself also, and we'll be ready to engage in these beautiful steps. And inshallah, we want to bring change in our communities. So for everyone and anyone who's involved in community development in terms of skills development, etc., granting jobs to people, maybe you have a factory that needs workers, etc., we're here for that. We can liaise with the people. There's many people that we are in contact with that are always asking for opportunities. And inshallah, let's make it happen. Let's make this 2025 a progressive year, inshallah ta'ala, so that we can say that, yes, inshallah, we did something. Again, I ended off with amazing and one of my favorite hadith, that the best amongst you are those who are beneficial to others. So inshallah, until we meet again on Thursday from 8 p.m. until 9 p.m. This is Yunus Kawanga from Call to Guidance with my studio operator Sadiq, who say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.